Hello and welcome to the ESL Weekly Cup. Here with you, I am Jebro and I am brand new to this ESL streaming. You just have to bear with me 2 seconds as my volume is extremely loud. In this first matchup this week we have Who Gets Carried Hard, who is on the blue team, against War Bears, who is on the red team. If you could just let me know in chat whether or not my audio levels are okay, whether or not they're too high or too low, that would also be very awesome. I'll just turn this background music down for you as I think that's quite loud. Okay. Just having a slight check just to make sure everything is running okay. Just turn the music down. Thank you very much, guys, for bearing with me just as we are testing everything out. I'm just having a couple of internet congestions here. Right, as you can see, I am not joined by a co-host this week. Got my friend Tarquin joining me. He is a very special chap. You can check him out at I'm Not Real Happy Halloween. You can also check my Twitter out at JebDan underneath. You can see my YouTube channel's link, and you can see this channel here as well. So you can like this, follow me, and follow the ESL. Well, follow the ESL tournament that's going on tonight as well. Should be very interesting match tonight. All the guys are ready to go. I'm not going to go over the specs too much. Might just go over the map. I'm just going to jump into the game right here, and we can have a look at where we are. Right, as you can see, we've got a nice little overlay for you guys here today. Just a special little Halloween edition. Looks pretty nice, done by the ESL guys. Thank you very much for that. As I said, Who Gets Carried Hard? They are playing on the blue team for today. Just going to have a look at the teams. So we've got, on the blue team, we have a Ranger, a Guardian, Mesmer, Warrior, and another Warrior. On the red team, who is War Bears, we have a Warrior, we have a Necro, we have a Warrior, and we have a Guardian and a Ranger. Very interesting to see. We have a lack of a few classes here. We have a lack of any Elementalists. We've got Mesmer on the blue team, which is also very interesting to see. It's very lovely to see Mesmer still playing around. They are getting stronger in my opinion. Just a bit of a power. They're just creeping them up slowly like they did with the Necro, and then hopefully we'll see them get a bit of a comeback. Seeing a lot of Warriors, 2 on each team. Likely to be a bit of a CC DPS combo. Warriors really strong with that CC. We see a lot of people getting into a lot of trouble with people saying Warriors are overpowered. It's all about getting those classes to counteract the other classes. I don't believe there are many classes that are overpowered in this game. It's just finding that niche for your character, finding out your use on the team, what you're going to be doing. If you think the chat's looking, if you can just say hello in chat, maybe tell me who you think's going to win. We know that Who Gets Carried Hard has won the last 2 weeks in a row in these tournaments, so it would be very nice to see a bit of a challenge for them. We know they've had a little bit of a challenge from teams like Plastic Fantastic and Cheese Mode, some very close, awesome matches. So it would be very nice to see who we think in chat we think's going to win. Who do you think, guys? War Bears or Who Gets Carried Hard? Let's see how we go. Give me a little bit of feedback in chat, that would be lovely. Very interesting. Might just have a quick look at these specs just while we're waiting for the guys. Too much depth, just a quick look over. Don't want to go through too much just because I know it's like when you're in a tournament, you don't necessarily want your whole spec gone down and gone through, just so in the later matches you can surprise your opponents a little bit. So I'm just going to go through the specs just for you guys watching the stream now. Just checking out some of the sigils. Some very mixed classes here. It looks very good. Just going to see how we're doing with the two teams, whether or not we're going to get started in this match soon. Awesome. So who do you think's going to win, guys? Do you think red team? Do you think blue team? Red team, War Bears. I haven't seen much of War Bears in myself, who gets carried hard, I know are a very, very strong team, but I know I've heard some really good things about War Bears as well. So we're just waiting for a couple of bits and pieces to happen in this for this stream to get ahead. Looks like we might be ready very, very, very shortly though. You just see these guys running around the map. I'm just going to go quickly as we're waiting for this to start to have a look at the map. As we all know, this is Forest of Niflheim. This is best of 3. We've got the typical tournament map rotation. So we've got Forest, we've got Fofire. Almost forgot the map then. Oh, we're actually going to start. We've got Fofire, then we've got Kylo. So I'm hoping we can get into Kylo. It would be very nice to see that happen here. So got red team and we got blue team. We'll see how these both go in terms of the splits. It's going to be a very interesting match, especially with two warriors. This will be very, very, very interesting. We can see the blue team look like they're crossing over straight away, maybe trying to get over into the keep. Just going to go up there now. So red team doing a very, very interesting tactic, going around actually avoiding, trying to make sure cut off the ranger there. Make sure it doesn't get into that point. And it did take the blue team a long time to actually get in there, but they did actually get the contested point over here on mine. Looks like we've just got a nice little mid fight going on. Shad is going to try and hold up as long as he can. He's only lost all his pets there, lost all his spirits, but he's still got his pet up, and he just did get support there from Kant. Looks like we've got a nice little fight. I'm just going to drop into the actual action right here. He's got that signal heal. He's still got his elite up as well. He's using that hammer very effectively, trying to keep the guards off the point, keep them stunned, keep them dazed, just keep them off the point. Also, the ranger is doing very nicely here. He's just trying to keep up his spirits as much as possible. That he's got that new buffed heal as well, the AoE heal, which is very nice. Gives more heals over a more amount of time, more condition removal, so more intense. But it does look like we are seeing Warbears getting wiped on this point at the moment. Still got a bit of a fight going on at mine as well. Just going to take a look at him. Oh, the Mesmer is getting down a little tiny bit. He's actually doing really well over here on his own. He did well. He did really well to keep that point. Just check out the mid fight. Have seen Kayan go down on that mid point there. Looks like Shad and Mr. Melo just pulling that off there. Mr. Melo is going off for a little bit of a wander. Looks like he's going to be roaming between mine and the midpoint. Haven't seen any boss attempts going through yet. Looks like we might see a bit of a one from Misha right now. Maybe just trying to get out of the point, reset himself, get his heal. Won't use his heal, hoping to just stay out of the point. Going to go back to the midpoint. We do see the ranger against. Oh, nice. Sorry, just seeing the warrior actually getting it put down quite heavily here by the ranger. The ranger hasn't got any of his spirits up. Looks like the pet's doing quite a lot of the work. I just check out his spec as well, just very, very quickly. Doing very well against them. Very well held there as well. He did get some support there as well, which is very, very good for him. So that was good timing there from who gets carried hard. Got a lot of range. Got a lot of damage from the Rangers. It's very nice to see. A lot of condition damage, toughness as well. It's very nice little spec. He's doing very well holding that midpoint. It's good to see a bit of a mix-up of the teams and of fights at the moment, to see a Guardian roaming a bit, getting into those team fights rather than actually just holding on a point and just pretty much being behind, really. It looks like we are swapping outer points here.
Blue team takes a capture point.
Yeah, we're just going to get red, just capping Henge, just to counteract the points that are going on at the moment, because blue team at the moment do indeed have a free cap over Warbears. Just trying to... they're just supporting each other. They're doing very well at supporting each other on the points. I mean, who gets carried hard obviously have played together quite a long time. They've got that essential communication. They've got that they've just got that cohesion where they can be where they need to be, and they know what they can do, whether or not they can hold a point. I mean, they've just come back into this point. They were being outnumbered, and now they've turned that fight right round. We see Lee here just going down on the point. Very unlucky there. As we got the support in, and it looks like that Who Gets Carried Hard will actually keep Henge doing very well there. And then coming to the support of Mr. Melo is in there as well. He's roaming very well between the points, doing very, very well to keep those points. Kenny, unfortunately, is on his own. He's a ranger, but might be able to hold on for a while. He has got his spirits almost off cooldown, so he can pop all those, give himself a little bit more health. I mean, he's keeping two guys out of this fight at the moment. One point is being contested, so mine is being contested. Hopefully got back. Maybe we can see someone from Warbears try and run over to Henge, try and take advantage of that open point. But at the moment, it looks like they are getting put into a bit of a corner as we see them all kind of wandering around mine. We just see the other Rangers coming to join the fight as well. Everyone kind of bailing, running around, not really sure where we're going here. Who Gets Carried Hard are kind of dominating this match at the moment. I think they know that they can push their spawn and just push Warbears out of the match. Also, kind of a tactic trying to demoralise your opponents as well, almost to a point of camping that near point. Now, if I were Warbears, I would try and regroup as soon as possible. Maybe hit Henge, hit their close point, and try and switch this fight around a bit. Maybe get some team fights together, because the win is going far out of their reach at the moment, unfortunately. Doing very, very, very well though. Not keeping in, keep playing. They're not giving up. They're getting back in there, and they're getting onto that point. Look, there you go. They're doing it now. Respect to Warbears. They are trying it. They are getting back in there. These guys are skilled players. Just because the points do not reflect exactly how good a player is. Remember, teams play a lot together. Depending on how long they've played together, their communication is different. Warbears could be one of these teams who you see in the coming weeks in ESL getting up there, getting in their ranks, because this is what we want to see. These guys have got balls and they are going for it. Just getting down there on the point as well. They know what to do. They are contesting the points, but we see Who Gets Carried Hard. They just got that experience, got that communication just above the other team at the moment. They are doing extremely well on these midpoint fights. They're getting that focus down on the opponents, and they're taking them down. It's just very fast, very focused, and doing a good job. They're not even doing them on the points. They're just leaving the Guardian, smashing them out with his staff one ability there. We see Who Gets Carried Hard coming over to mine over here. Just see Shad holding this point, doing very well at holding the points at the moment as well, and getting on those points, contesting them, then holding them, and even without his spirits, he's still a very strong force to be contended with, using those cooldowns effectively, not just using the spirits as some kind of bot to run away with to take damage from the AoE that's coming across. As you know that you do get focused more now after all the recent patches. You get focused before an NPC, other than if you're a Mesmer, because obviously if you were focused over your clones, then you would be pointless as a class. So Rangers are getting a lot more focus on them, but they're learning to play differently, and this is very good. And Shad is playing very well as a Spirit Ranger at the moment. I do see Who Gets Carried Hard maybe going for the boss kill, trying to get this this match over as soon as possible, get them into the next round potentially to win in faux fire, or hopefully to see Warbears come back using that portal very, very effectively as well. Getting back over to mine, then just using their Mesmer very effectively, putting that portal on the mine, going for the kill at Svanir, then getting back to the point as soon as possible, even winning the match by 350 points. They are still using that skill, that communication, right to the end of the match, guys. That is a quality team right there. Also, Warbears, much respect. The score is the big point difference, but they were getting out there and they were playing well together, and you can tell that they're a good team. It's all about that first match, nerves, everything comes into play, Who Gets Carried Hard has got that tournament experience from the last couple of weeks. We can see that has paid off very well for them. Also, could be quite intimidating coming up against a team who have won this tournament in 2 weeks in a row. I mean, they'd done very well just then. I'm just going to chuck my screen over to my camera. You can see my ugly mug for a minute. Not really hearing much from Tarquin at the moment, unfortunately. He looks very sad. He's got a zombie biting his butt, which is probably not the best thing in the world. I'm just going to check with these guys to see how long we're going to be at getting into the next match, and then we will be doing that as soon as possible. So we've got Fofire next up for you fellas. Who do we think is going to win this next match? If anyone could let me know what they think in the chat, that would also be very, very awesome. Tell me how the stream's going, if you're having any issues with the video, if you're having any lag or sound issues, I can fix that for you guys as well. Thank you for all the support. Got 30s, or got quite a few viewers so far. Be nice to get a few more, try and get this stream out there a bit more to all the other people. I know we've got this being streamed in different languages at the moment as well. Just checking up with these guys. We've got Fofire next. I love this map. This map is probably my most... it's my personal favourite map anyway. As we can see, it looks like we're going for the match straight off. We'll hit the splits. We'll see what's going on. We've got red team spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. We've got blue team in the top right. As we all know, or if we don't know, we've got these lords where we can go for 150 points each team. Sometimes teams will go for that point straight away. They'll go down, they'll kill that lord, get 150 points, or they'll wait till 350 and they'll be going for that as well. As we can see in this mid fight, we've got 2 versus 1 Ranger. Yes, typical. Thought we'd see that. We'd see Shad going for the midpoint, just keeping it contested, because he knows at the end of the day he can hold that against 2 possibly. But you do have the warrior with the longbow there, taking out those spirits. That's why he's got that longbow. He's using his AoE damage, taking out those spirits fast. Also the other warrior combating him and also making sure that he can't dodge and stunning him, keeping that midpoint contested. Hopefully they can get that guy, him down fast, but he's doing a very good job. As you can see, Kant has just come in, and the other warrior, and he has now come in to support, to stun those 2 warriors and keep them potentially out of it. As we see at Quarry, we've got a bit of a 3-on-2 situation going on here. Mesmer very strong, using his he's got a great sword there. He's got some very nice utility, got some nice movement of map, going for the portal and for the blink, meaning that he can get around the map very quickly. I'm guessing he will hold the he'll drop a portal and go back to mid, or they know from the last match that they can push the points. Normally a lot of teams wouldn't go for this straight on, but they've got the knowledge from the last match that they can push this far point, and they know that Warbears will keep coming back, because that's what they did in the last match. Warbears need to regroup, but they need to head either to waterfall or to the mid, try and help the rest of their team out and regroup. They keep hitting that same point, they will not be getting very far. Now we see that they are doing the same again, but they're actually going to regroup a little bit first. They're a bit split up. Hopefully these guys are not going to keep streaming in 1 by 1. This could be a bit of a massacre for Warbears. Now, Who Gets Carried Hard? I'm leaving the midpoint as well. We have got the warrior just watching over the top. We'll go down to Quarry. We'll check out how Who Gets Carried Hard here are going. Warbears coming into the point. The fight is pretty damn even. We do see Melo has got some... He's doing very well. He's got some very good heals there on the dodges. Might have to have a look at his spec in a minute. Let's see how he's going. Yeah, he's got Runes of the Soldier, so he's using those shouts. He's got a lot of condition removal on there. He's very, very heal and intensive as well. So the support he's giving his team, especially with this staff as well, as we look at Empower, he's giving at least 2.6k heal. He could be doing a little bit more on that on other buffs. He's just really, really powerful in supporting his team, especially with the shouts. You got stand your ground, you got hold the line, and you've got hallowed ground as well, giving that stability, making sure you're not getting knocked out the points. So he's very, very beneficial to the team. In terms of roaming, that's why he's roaming between the different points, trying to get between those points to support the team fights. As we see, Kant is over here. We do see that the Ranger Kenny has used that initiative. He has moved over to Waterfall to try and contest that point, but unfortunately, we've got the Warrior, and we know that Warriors are extremely tough to take down. Nat has joined him in this fight as well. Quite a strong little Necro, as we've been seeing, using those very much a spectral Spect Necro, getting that Life Force up, trying to get that Death Shroud up as well. Corrupt Boon, very useful against Warriors, especially against Guardians as well. Switching all those boons over to conditions as well. You want to just make sure you're using that at the right time. He's held it for a while. He does have his Elite Plague up as well. Might be worth using it just to see if he can get these guys down a little bit faster. Maybe put some blinds up. But normally people are using that Plague form when they're going down and they want to tank that point. It does look like possibly Warbears will get a quarry back at some point. Maybe not as Alpha Dave is going down. But he does get some support in on the point at the moment. Currently, Warbears have not scored. They are actually getting... They haven't actually got a kill yet either. So I'm looking for a little bit. Hopefully going to see some cohesion between the players of Warbears. They need to regroup, get a bit of focus in this fight. Who gets carried hard from the last match? They've got Warbears' number. They know what to do. Midpoint is open. Midpoint is completely open. We've got 2v2 on Quarry. I can't see Warbears getting many points here. They need to pull off the who gets carried hard guys. They need to pull them away from the other points. Try and get some focus on the mid. Come on, we've got the Necro. I think he's going to mid. I think somebody heard me. Somebody out there heard me. He's going to mid. Good man. Nice. Get some points for Warbears. They deserve it. They are, as you can see from their health bars at the moment, we don't really have many of the Warbears guys on the map. At Quarry, Alpha Dave, it's only a matter of time before he goes down. Very interesting spec using the banners. I personally don't see many Warriors using those banners enough in Structured. I think they could be more powerful than they are. Not sure they are the best to use at the moment over other survival utilities, but he's proven me very wrong at the moment. Got a lot of healing off there as well. We'll just have a quick look at this. I think we can probably go into specs a little bit more in a moment, as Warbears I don't think are going to come back from this very soon. Yeah, so some condition damage, stun duration, toughness, a lot of healing. Not really a lot of healing, more toughness. And he has got 1.2k healing as well. So let's have a quick look at his. Yeah, this is quite a nice spec I've been seeing at the moment from quite a few Warriors. Quite similar to my own. Going more for the shield as well, getting for those stuns, trying to keep those up as well. And the banners, yeah, reducing the recharge on those, so making the radius on those a lot bigger as well. So he's very beneficial to teammates. So when he's on his own, probably not as effective, unfortunately. So I'll try and keep him in the team fights as much as possible. The Ranger here, he has got all his spirits off cooldown. Not sure why he hasn't popped them up yet. I think Warbears are losing a little bit of the will to live from the 400 to 0 points at the moment. Half the match has gone. It's not as if they've taken it really, really fast. The points have been contested. Warbears have just not utilised the map enough to get round. Alpha Dave once again going back to Quarry, not thinking about going to other points. Pretty much the only person on the team at the moment. I mean, the other guys are going for it at the moment. Hopefully trying to keep the guys away from Quarry. Keep the guys at Quarry, Alpha Davis. That's why the other guys go to mid. I'm not exactly sure what Warbears' tactic is at the moment. Looks like they're going for one team fight where they think they can maybe take out the other guys. And Necro's going down. Union Torment. He did get into Dress Shroud, so that was a good call. Did get healed up. He is in plague form. No, my bad. He's just gone into Death Shroud. Going to remove those conditions. Yeah, he's doing very well. Sorry, he was in Spectral Armor. I was losing the name there. And who gets carried hard, showing exactly why they are winning these tournaments. 502 points, 2-0. I don't know what to say. Really, they did smash it. They did very well. Warbears, I'd have to take my hat off to you. That was very, very well played. You came out, you fought, you gave it your all, and that's basically what we want to see. I mean, Tarquin wouldn't give up. He'd never give up. Look at him. He's got a zombie on his butt, and he's still in there, going for it. Thank you very, very much to our two teams.